Commander Adam Ross crouched behind the twisted remnants of what had once been a support beam, sweat trickling down his brow despite the environmental controls in his suit. The Draxian assault force was closing in, their chittering battle cries echoing through the half-destroyed colony outpost. "Team status," he whispered into his comm. "East sector clear," responded Lieutenant Tom Baker. "South holding barely," came Specialist Jane Wilson's terse reply. The colony on Proxima Centauri b had been humanity's first extrasolar settlement. For 15 years, they had built, expanded, and thrived. Then the Draxians arrived, insectoid, warriors from a heavy-gravity world who considered human territory ripe for conquest. What the aliens hadn't counted on was humanity's unique physiology. Adam checked his ammunition. 3 rounds left. Not enough. He toggled his comm again. "Fall. Back to position Delta, we make our stand there." The Draxians had superior technology and numbers, but after the first wave of attacks, humanity had discovered something remarkable. The aliens' energy weapons, devastating against their own kind and most materials, had a peculiar ineffectiveness against human skin. Scientists theorized it had something to do with the unique combination of water content, electromagnetic field generation by human nervous systems, and the specific molecular structure of human dermal layers. Whatever the reason, the Draxians' primary weapons left nothing worse than a sunburn-like redness on exposed human skin. Adam had seen it firsthand when a colonial farmer named Jack had accidentally walked into a Draxian energy blast with his sleeves rolled up. The beam had disintegrated his shirt but left his arms merely reddened. The look on the aliens' compound eyes, if you could call it a look, was priceless. The commander reached position Delta, a reinforced bunker that had once been the colony's data center. Tom and Jane were already there, along with the remaining 12 colonists they'd managed to rescue. "They're coming," Tom said, gesturing to the scanner display. "At least 50 of them." The Draxian commander, identifiable by the gold carapace on its thorax, stepped into view at the edge of the clearing. In its mandibles it carried something new, not the standard energy rifle but a larger, more ominous-looking weapon. "They've adapted," Adam said grimly. "Projectile weapons or something worse. After the initial battles where the Draxians discovered their energy weapons' ineffectiveness, they had retreated to their ships orbiting the planet. The 3-week respite had given the humans time to regroup, but everyone knew the aliens were reconsidering their tactics. "Plan B," Adam said, looking at his companions. "We show them what we are." Jane nodded, her face a mask of determination. Tom hesitated, then gave a sharp nod as well. The Draxian force moved forward methodically, mandibles clicking in their alien language. Their new weapons glinted menacingly in the pale light of Proxima Centauri. "Now!" Adam shouted, and the 3 soldiers burst from the bunker. They ran straight at the startled aliens, stripping off their tactical vests and body armor as they charged. The Draxians fired, their new weapons hurling metal projectiles rather than energy beams. The bullets struck the humans, but instead of tearing through flesh, they flattened against skin and fell harmlessly to the ground. The Draxians froze, compound eyes reflecting confusion and something that might have been fear. What the aliens couldn't know was that humanity had evolved on a world with a punishing 1G of gravity, crushing by Draxian standards. Human bones and muscles were denser than steel by the aliens' metrics. Human skin, while flexible, contained keratin and collagen matrices that, combined with the density of human tissue, created a natural armor that would have been impossible. On the Draxians' homeworld, Adam reached the first alien and knocked its weapon aside with casual strength. The chitinous exoskeleton cracked under the impact. All around him, Tom and Jane were similarly engaging the enemy, who now began a chaotic retreat. The gold carapaced commander chittered frantically into a communication device. Moments later, the ground shook as orbital bombardment began, targeting the colony's remains. "Back to the bunker," Adam ordered. They wouldn't survive direct hits, but the bombardment told him all he needed to know. The Draxians were resorting to scorched earth tactics rather than face humans in combat. As they reached the safety of the bunker, Adam's emergency comm crackled to life. Commander Ross, this is Admiral Clark of the UES Thermopylae. We've detected orbital bombardment at your position. Hold tight. We're engaging the Draxian fleet. Adam smiled for the first time in weeks. The reinforcements from Earth had arrived. 3 days later, the remaining Draxian ships fled the system, leaving behind wreckage and a formal declaration of territorial concession. Admiral Clark met Adam and his team at the partially rebuilt Colony Center. The Draxian ambassador sent this before they jumped out system, Clark said, handing Adam a datapad. It's been translated. Adam read aloud. We withdraw from human territory permanently. Your species violates the natural order. You walk unprotected in hard vacuum. Your projectile weapons tear through our strongest alloys. Your skin rejects our energy weapons. You bear crushing gravity as though it were nothing. We have no desire for further contact with demons. Tom laughed. Demons. We're just humans. To them, that's terrifying enough, Admiral Clark replied with a grim smile. Intelligence indicates they're spreading the word through their alliance network. Apparently, news that our soft bodies can withstand their best weapons has caused quite a stir. Adam looked out at the sunset over the colony. Humanity had faced its first interstellar threat and emerged not just surviving, but feared. Not because they were cruel or violent, but simply because they existed as they were. Tough, resilient, adaptive. The stars suddenly seemed less threatening and more like an invitation. If humanity could withstand this, what couldn't they endure? Demons, Adam repeated with a small smile. I can live with that.